Bank Negara Malaysia has issued the policy document on Sharia governance for Islamic financial institution. This policy document aims to further strengthen the effectiveness of Sharia governance, implementation, and reinforce a closer integration of Sharia considerations in the business and also risk strategy of the Islamic financial institution. Hi, my name is Nur Hazika binti Abdul Halim. My metric number is 19 PB05036. Our group will be presenting the Sharia governance policy to risk management. The first one, we're gonna explain the risk exposure that aim to address by Sharia governance policy. The second one, we're gonna talk about how SGP aim to manage the risk. And the last one, the element that required by SGP that ensuring risk being managed and also mitigated.
Hello everyone, my name is Anis Murshida binti Muhammad Saleh and you guys can call me Anis. So now I will present about 4 risk exposure that Sharia governance policy aims to address. For the first point is people. The fatwa risk and Islamic bank SSB may expose it to fatwa risk, which is the possibility that a fatwa is incorrect, ambiguous, or overly complicated. A fatwa can be incorrect for a variety of reasons. One example is an SSB misinterpreting a situation to mean something it does not. This could be the result of insufficient investigation or negligence. Next, the second risk exposure is process. Process is a policies, procedure, or responsibilities that do not exist. Substandard practice may emerge because of unclear processes, policies, procedure, or responsibilities allowing Sharia violation to occur. Inefficiencies can also arise because of a lack of standardization. The third risk exposures that SGP aim to address is system. System is mismatch in process and system accounting, insufficient product modules, poor reporting and unapproved software, and transaction process and accounting entries in the bank's IT system. It is also should correspond to those listed in the SSB approved product manuals. Mismatch that point to inconsistencies, on the other hand, can be conducive to Sharia risk. Inexperienced vendor, slow support, unfriendly system, and flaw with the Islamic financial industry expanding at such a rapid pace, traditional banking IT system vendors are seeing an opportunity to enter a new market segment by producing Islamic finance modules. However, if vendors lack experience and do not receive adequate expert support when developing their modules, they may develop impermissible system option that contribute to Sharia risk. Lastly, risk exposures that SGP aims to address is external event. External event is lack of supervision by regulator, unclear law and regulations. This could also be included if an Islamic bank decides not to establish its own SSB and instead hire the services of a Sharia advisory consulting firm. In such a case, the aforementioned fatwa risk issues would persist and the new ones could emerge. A potential risk could arise, for example, if a jurist is both a partner in the Sharia advisory firm and a scholar who sit on the firm's SSB.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Maisara binti Barun. My metric number is 19BB05027. The risks are expo that may cause Sharia non-compliant come from people, external event, process and also system. The following are the methods that can be applied to make the risk expo on the Sharia risk management process. In the process, must provide clear policy, process and procedure, and then conduct conductive training to employee on the risk, more aware about the risk, and then employee check and balance method do every day, and then the last perform regular Sharia audit. In external events, ensure enforcement of risk management function in all business unit or department and oversee each unit performance. And then promote sound Sharia compliant culture to certify end-to-end compliance. Thank you, that's all from me.
The next one is from people. First one is to identify internal and also external factors that may lead to the Sharia non-compliant risk. The second one is classification of risk. Helps IFI to different and also to classify the risk based on the organization itself. The third one is monitoring process of data collection. Monitoring data can be collected through basic tools such as interview, observation, and also survey. And the last one, STP aim to manage the risk exposure by the system. The first step is to identify the system may blocking any impermissible contract, which is helps to determine the efficiency control system in department of the organization. The second one is measurement of risk. Determine the status of Sharia non-compliant, which is the contract is severe, medium, or tolerable. And the third one is monitoring mechanism helps Islamic financial institution to discover mistake at early stage, which is must monitor the variables and also the factors that can lead to the Sharia non-compliant risk.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurin Bagis binti Jaafar. My metric number is 19BB05040. There are 4 elements required by the Sharia governance policy that ensuring risk being managed and mitigate, which are Sharia risk management control function, Sharia review function, Sharia research function, and lastly Sharia audit function. So now we go to the first element, which is Sharia risk management control function. Sharia risk management is a function to systematically identify, measure, monitor and control of Sharia non-compliance risk to mitigate any possible of non-compliance event. Sharia risk management function at minimum must first identify Sharia non-compliance risk exposures in the business operations and activities of Islamic financial institutions. The meaning is facilitating the process of identifying, measuring, controlling, and monitoring Sharia non-compliance risks inherent in the Islamic financial institutions, operations, and activities. Second is monitoring of Sharia non-compliance risks to facilitate efficient and effective management, such as risk. Next, report on the Sharia non-compliance risk indicators will be escalated to the board, Sharia committee, and management periodically. The second element is Sharia review function. Sharia review is a function that conducts regular assessment on the compliance of the operations, business, affairs, and activities of the Islamic financial institution with Sharia requirements. The Sharia review function at minimum must first identify, assess, and monitor the compliance of the Islamic financial institution, business, operations, and activities with Sharia. Next, report to the board, Sharia committee, and senior management regularly on Sharia compliance, findings, and issues. Next is inform and provide updates to the board, Sharia committee, and senior management on the latest developments in legal and regulatory requirements in Islamic finance. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Khairul Barah binti Daud, 19BB05026. Next, we go to the Sharia research functions. The Sharia research is a part of the institutionalizing a robust Sharia compliance functions. There shall be an internal unit comprising qualified Sharia officer to conduct pre-product approval process, research, vetting of issue for submissions, and undertake administrative and secretarial matters relating to the Sharia committee. The Sharia research function is first to conduct of performing in-depth research and studies on Sharia issues. It is including providing day-to-day the Sharia advice and consultancy to relevant parties. The second function is the Sharia research shall assist and provide the advice to the relevant parties based on the decisions of the Sharia committee. For example, advice may be offered on the list of the permissible investment like selection permissible shares of the stock in the Bursa Malaysia stock market. The last is the Sharia audit functions. Okay, First of all, the Sharia audit refers to the functions that provide the independent assessments on the quality and effectiveness of the Islamic financial institutions, internal control, risk management system, and the governance process. The function of the Sharia audit are: the first is establish an audit methodology to assess the risk profile of each auditable area, and the second is generate an audit plan for the assignment to be performed. Last, we go to the conclusions about the overall topic, which is the Sharia governance policy is an important mechanism to ensure that the Islamic financial institutions are carrying out their roles in accordance to the Sharia principle in the interest of depositors, investments, account holders, shareholders, and stakeholders. It is believed that the four functions, namely the Sharia risk management control, the Sharia reviews, the Sharia research, and the Sharia audit, play a crucial role in supporting the Sharia committee in performing their duties in making sure that the Islamic financial institutions are in compliance with the Sharia principles. That's all from us. Thank you for watching, and Assalamualaikum.